Welcome to Screen to Speed, powered by INIT Esports. In this podcast, we dive into the journeys of remarkable individuals making waves in sim racing and bridging the virtual with the real. From the thrill of digital circuits to the roar of real life racetracks, we explore the passion, dedication, and innovation that drives the world of motorsports. We'll hear from athletes, creators, and pioneers sharing their stories, insights, and the powerful ways sim racing is connecting communities and creating pathways into motorsports. So buckle up. Screen to Speed starts now.
Hello everyone. Hello. Welcome to INIT Talks episode 2 with me Elz and of course with a special guest today Victoria. And hello Yvonne, hi, and Victoria Mello, hi. Very nice to have you here today. Hello everyone. Welcome. Episode 2. We made it to the second episode of INIT Talks. And for today's episode, we have a very special guest joining the podcast, joining the stream, Victoria Mello. Hi, Victoria. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you? Just back from
Good,
school?
thank you. Yes, I am.
So, straight from school, straight to the interview.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a lot of work.
Thank you
you.
so much for your time making it to the podcast.
Of course.
I'm so happy that we finally got a chance to talk.
Yes.
Because after all this time, guys, I want to share with you a bit about the relationship, the friendship between me and Victoria. So I know her name for a little while. I think, since December. But I only know her from driving. It's not like I know her in person. Like I just see her driving on the Screen to Speed event. And I am the one making a clip for her for social media, which you did fantastic. I remember that.
Yes.
Like your eyes on the podium. I remember that. So,
Thank you.
Victoria, could you introduce yourself to the chat today?
Yeah, so I'm Victoria Mello. I'm a high school student and I'm in my second year of engineering right now. And I'm a part of the Screen to Speed Dream Team.
Congratulations. Anyway,
Thank you.
guys, we will talk about the dream team later after we are talking about how did you get into motorsport?
Yeah. Yes. So back in 2022, I attended one of my first F1 races. And a friend of mine introduced me to someone named Tony Calderon. And that's when he first introduced me to iRacing and the whole motorsports world. And from there, I was able to meet Nikki Daly, who is now in the e-scooter championship. And she brought me to Sim for STEM, which is a great program. It's, it really gets you into sim racing. But from there, I was able to go to Screen to Speed, which was first teaching me the art of racing against people who are very quick, very fast, and really have a lot of ambition and very competitive. So from there, I've joined multiple races that they've hosted. And from that, I've been able to join the dream team and try to climb the ladder up.
Wow. Right. So, first you got into motorsport sim racing is back in the day when you were in this F1 race and you met Tony Calderon and he tells you everything about the world of motorsport sim racing and he introduced you right to iRacing from that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
How did you feel getting into iRacing as a start?
I was very nervous. I didn't have a lot of understanding of what was going on. It was really like just trying to understand the controls of how the car moves and everything around that, setups, racing lines. And it's really kind of just it's a scary game. It kind of just throws you out there. But I think with all of these extra programs that are given, it really helps you out learning it. So
Yeah, because in my opinion, as someone who wants to start getting into sim racing, playing iRacing as a start can be like really depressing for a lot of people.
Yes.
Because there's like a lot of things to learn in the sim itself. And so I can say that you are less struggling with it. Like, although that you feel nervous, but you feel like less struggling because you got something that you learn in school and, you know, outside the sim racing that you can bring into it.
Right. It kind of just gives you that little bit of extra momentum you need to kind of understanding how the car works and why it works that way, for sure.
Right. So, Victoria, I don't have a like engineering background back in the school, something like that. But I think you mentioned it like before this, like math and science can like actually help you to understand some things in sim racing. So it's very close to what we do in real life, as in like you're learning things and you can bring what you learn outside to the game, to the simulator.
Yeah. So, for example, chemistry will help you learn tire temperatures. And that's a big deal when you're going for long races, because the hotter the tire is, the more damage it kind of does to the tire overall. And, you know, you're slower
Right.
with more damage on the tires. So that kind of teaches you how you should set up your tires.
Right.
Accustomed to the track and to the car. And with chemistry, that will give you certain equations that you can use to help determine that. And with engineering as well, learning how to code, learning how to take numbers that the data is giving you and turning it into actual setup changes is really important. And it's a big factor of it. So math and science are everywhere in motorsports. If you really look for it, it's always going to be there. In every part. So, yes.
Wow. I'm amazed with you now. Like, you know, like yeah, I heard from people like yeah, you know, like you can bring what you learn in school, or like you can take the education into sim racing. But now I feel like I'm today years old to find out that in chemistry you can learn about the tire temperature, because in iRacing, like it's important to understand or to feel your tires in iRacing.
Yes.
So you can say that because you learned that and you've learned about it, you have knowledge about it. So you know what to expect in the race. Like, for example, like, okay, I know my tires is a bit too hot. I know what's gonna happen if I brake this much, if I go into the corner at the certain speed. So is it more like predictable or?
I would say so. I think the more practice laps you do and you take the data or the telemetry from that, and really analyze it, you can kind of take the principles of chemistry and make it predictable in a sense of when to pit and change tires, or how long your tires are going to last, and when they're going to start to degrade. And I would say in engineering as well, thermodynamics is something that we've learned. And that's also a big part for the engine cooling, for the tire cooling, aerodynamics, especially towards those certain places in the car that really need it. It's very important to know the principles of that as well as the certain equations for it.
Oh, wow. Wow. Would you like to coach me in the future?
Speaking about, I could try my best.
Speaking about understanding the car, because you need to understand the car and you need to understand the track in the sim to able to survive the race, basically, like how the track change and everything, especially now in iRacing that we have rain. It's gonna be like
for sure.
Very, very interesting. Like,
yes,
wow.
For sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely with cool tires. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Then, well, you are, wow, you are like, wow, I'm speechless, honestly. Like, wow, you, with such a knowledge that you got, here in sim racing.
Thank you.
It really helps you to like run a bit faster. As for example,
Yeah.
like me and you, we just start doing sim racing. You have this knowledge, and I'm the one who just driving and learning on the fly. I can tell
Right.
that you're the one getting like more advantage, because you know the basic, you know, the fundamental of the science and everything, how the car works. So are you saying that um would you recommend everyone, well, for example, first of all, you are the great example of what sim for stem and screen to speed are for. So our goal is like taking someone like from school learning about science, who got interest in motorsport, sim racing, and who has a dream to race in real life, hopefully one day. And, you know, like we're opening the path into motorsport through education and sim racing. Um, would you like to recommend or like suggest for other girls to follow your path if they want to be a real racer one day? And do you think that the path that you're taking now is like the right path into it?
Of course. I think, well, everyone has a different experience getting into motorsports, especially you see it now. But of course, I would recommend Sim for STEM because it's such an educational, little course that you can take. And really, they help so much with things. If you're just getting into motorsports, if you're just getting into sim racing, they're patient and they're able to really give you the opportunity to learn everything about the sport, even when it's scary getting into iRacing with all of these numbers, all of these different components, but they will really teach you where to find certain things. For example, the racing line, they'll use mathematics to help calculate that. And in motorsports, that's probably one of the biggest things in driving is learning where to drive specifically on the track. And they'll help you learn how to calculate that and help you understand temperatures. And that's another thing that's very big in motorsports because it's the thing that's really keeping you on the road. So joining those programs, meeting new people, making new connection is such an important thing to do in motorsports. And I think it's so helpful to just give yourself a little bit of a push and sign up for one of those classes. And Screen to Speed, even if you're not in person all the time with Sim for STEM, you can still compete, you can still meet new people. It's an amazing community that'll kind of keep you to your limit, like keep pushing you, keep you competitive on all of these races for sure. So yeah, I think it's a pathway that's a lot cheaper than really getting into physical racing. It's a lot cheaper and it's a lot easier to meet people, I would say. So of course I would recommend it. It's great.
Yep. Thank you very much. Like, oh, that's a wonderful word. Like, so we are trying to give access to everyone who wants, to every girls like who wants to get into real racing, because we know that racing is expensive. Like getting into real racing can be like expensive. So what we are trying to do is like we are preparing all of you to get into motorsport, but following the pathway to learn from the basic, learn everything from the start, getting into your first competition in the Screen to Speed, and hopefully we will like like we can, hopefully we will put you in the seat in the future. Like that's our main goal, like
Yes, for sure. It's a great learning opportunity that's so much more accessible than some other choices that may be out there. It's so much easier to go through Sim for STEM and Screen to Speed, I would say. Yeah.
And when was your first Screen to Speed race? Was it the Winter Cup or?
It was the Holiday Invitational, December 16th.
Oh, so Holiday Invitational was your first time? The first Screen to Speed? Oh,
yes.
I see. And how was it? That was the race when you were racing with real driver, like
yes, it was a crazy race. It was a combination of sim racers and real life racers, and the Porsche Cup in GT racing, Formula 4, and then sim racers combined. I think it was very, very competitive. The times for the track were insane, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great opportunity to meet new people, I would say. Like Cleo Wood,
Mm-hmm.
and
Cleo,
a
yeah.
lot of other people. Yes.
She's
And
amazing.
a driver in the Dream Team actually was also a part of it.
Oh wait, yeah, yeah. But
Is Sarah Dove.
Sarah Dove, right? But we
Yes.
haven't met Nina back then, I think.
No,
Maybe
I
not.
don't think so. Nina wasn't
Yeah,
racing yet
right,
with
right.
us, I don't think. But Sarah Dove, I'm pretty sure she got third
Uh-huh. Yvonne
in
also, I
the
think.
Invitational.
I think
She
Yvonne
did.
also, yeah. I was racing in the Invitational also, but
Yes, I remember that.
I got killed
Yeah.
in the first
Yeah.
lap. Like, okay.
I remember seeing it in my mirror, a lot of contact, and I was like, oh,
I
a
was
lot of
one of
smoke.
them. Yep.
Yeah, I watched the replay and I felt horrible. I felt very bad.
Oh
Yes,
my god.
because Sabra Cook was in there. I remember she was a part of
Yes.
that mess too.
Yep,
But
Cyber. Wow.
yeah, it
I
was a
finished at
great race
five.
though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
that's what I like about racing. Like you can drive, you can go fast in the practice, but once you caught up in the crash, there's nothing you can do, right? Like
right.
sometimes it's like something that you have to accept. Sometimes in racing, like,
Yeah, for sure.
that's racing.
Yeah, I think it's a different mentality from trying to get to the front of field to just trying to catch up with the field. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's a different perspective a lot of people should see, but it's unfortunate, but it's racing.
It's racing, right?
That's how it
It's
goes.
racing.
But it was great. It was a great
Invitational.
opportunity. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not like you can race with a lot of real driver or a lot of streamers, sim racer in one
for
time.
sure. Yeah,
So for me, it was like a really great opportunity to meet other girls that
right.
there's no chance for you to meet these girls in real life because we live like
Yeah.
everywhere. But through sim racing, through that series, I feel like I'm meeting everyone. I race Cybra.
Yeah. I thought that
I
was
can
so
say that.
cool
Yep.
that we had a little battle
Uh-huh.
after Eau Rouge, I remember.
Yep.
But
Oh wow.
yeah, I thought it was really cool to be able to get an opportunity to race against someone like that who's well known for her real life racing
Yeah.
opportunities and capabilities. That's the other thing. It just brings everyone together, screen to speed, that you wouldn't have a chance to do otherwise.
Yep.
So getting up that pathway is something
It's a
that,
good
yeah,
opportunity for everyone.
it's great. Right.
Yeah.
So
Invitational was a good fun. It was a good fun
it was great.
event. It was really, really fun. I mean, getting into that race, I was not expecting to be in the podium. Like, I didn't do any practice. I just want to have fun, meeting other girls. Like, sometimes all the girls wants to win something, but for me, I just want to make friends here in this event, meeting new people, and
Yeah.
learn how to race. Because you can learn how to race. Because I remember Cybra really sending it, like in the few laps.
She
was
did
behind
really
me.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
it
you'd
was
see her coming up and she'd be right there. She's so quick. Yeah.
I mean, she's quick and she's good. Like she knows exactly when is the right time to make a pass to attack someone, and like when is the right time to wait behind me. Because I feel like he was like waiting behind me, waiting for me till I'm,
She
like
waits for you
lower
to mess
down,
up. Yeah.
lower down the guard, like
Yeah, for sure.
and then she
Yeah.
just sending it like, okay, Cybra, GG.
Yeah, even with her spinning out, I think in I think it was the second race of the first, she was still very, very quick to catch up with everyone and still get a very good placement. I'm pretty sure within the top 10.
Yep.
But I think that's so cool to be able to race against her. And some of these other drivers, Christian Madlock was another one.
Yeah, Kristen. Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's the like what kind of racing did she do? Like
I think,
Dakar Rally, I think. Something like
yeah, something like that. I'm pretty
that.
sure.
That was
The car.
intense. Like what she does is intense. Like wow. I saw her
And I
clip.
think that's really cool. Yeah, I think it's, to go from that type of racing to GT racing and still
Nailing
do
it.
well in it is really cool
Yep.
to see in a racer. Not a lot of people have that type of diversity, but to see it is really cool.
I think in Holidays Invitational, we got drivers from almost all kind of category in racing.
Yes, yes.
Cybra, Kristen, and I think we got the F4 driver. I think.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I don't
So.
remember her name, but I do remember her being there.
Mhm.
And everyone
also
was
we
really
got
quick.
we got Love 46 joining.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, she's the F4 drivers and a streamer. And she's, in my opinion, she's good all around in iRacing. Like
Yeah,
her
for sure.
license and everything. Like, so it
A lot
was.
of them were very high up in their licenses and in their iRating. It was crazy
Yeah.
seeing
Mhm.
everyone together, but
It
yeah,
do really motivates me to improve my iRating.
for
Like,
sure. Yeah.
looking at the girls, like, okay, looking at your list, like 3K iRating, and I'm here like,
Yeah.
you know, I will work on my iRating and I will back to sprint to speed and, you know, flexing my iRating.
Yes, for sure. It's, it's kind of sad seeing mine and then seeing some of these girls with 7,000 as an iRating. It's like, how long have you really been doing this? It's and seeing that type of motivation is
Right.
pretty cool. So
Yep. And speaking of the competition, did you feel nervous getting into this?
yes, of course. Because when I was first aware of it, Nikki Daly was telling me at a race, I think a couple weeks before, we were trackside and she invited me towards the Holiday Invitational.
Mhm.
And I was like, of course, I'd love to do this. And I think that night I went home and practiced, but it was, comparing my time to just people on the internet was pretty crazy, seeing how much faster I could have been, and then getting finally into the practices with the other girls. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
these people are really quick. And seeing how motivated they are and how willing they are to practice and practice and practice.
Yeah.
So it was a good race. Both of them were, for sure.
Practicing on how to race is important, I guess. Yeah. Like, do you like practice every day or just sometimes on the weekend because you got school?
Yeah, I practice as much as I can, but with the balance of homework and school, racing is not always practical to me. But I do try as much as I can, try new tracks and new car combinations and work on setups to see if I have a better understanding of it, and just learning more and more as much as I can about the game. Because there's always more to learn about racing and sim racing. There's never really a stopping point for that. So I think it's always a good opportunity to every once in a while try new things and just see what pace is like, and joining streams, I would say, as well, and joining hosted sessions really allows you to compare yourself to others. Yes, for sure.
Joining the hosted race really helps you to get better without losing your iRating and everything,
Yeah, I think joining Cleo Wood is such a fun opportunity to learn new cars, but also, see how fast she's very fun. I love her. Seeing how fast her stream is, they're also a very quick group. So comparing my time to theirs, it's always fun to see how much I can improve compared to them. But yeah.
Honestly, I'm so happy that you're getting along with Cleo, making friends with everyone in the community, because that's the one that I want. Like, when I join the team in INIT Esports, I want everyone to know each other, to, like, playing together. You don't have to compete every day, every time. You can just play together sometimes, learning something from each other, like, that's the important thing about creating a community. Because, like, sometimes I'm not saying that I don't like playing with my friends, but, it's more comfortable if I playing with the girl. Like, for example, like me and you, I can just call you like, finally, I meet you, like that.
Right.
But with the bro, sometimes I'm like, yo, bro, getting
it's a lot more comfortable,
Yeah.
Yeah, and being able to race against people in your own group, in your own category, I think it's a lot
it's
easier, so you're not
yeah,
so nervous, or you're not so self-doubtful of yourself, I would say.
yeah, and
Um,
you can build the trust with your friends, so you can actually
yeah,
like
yeah,
practice like close racing because you know the person, you know that they're not gonna hurt you, or like
yeah.
you have that trust level when you race against someone that you know,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that really leads to, making a bigger network for yourself and more connections that you can have, and that
exactly.
can lead to more in-person experiences,
Mm-hmm.
like trackside experiences, or more league racing. Like the stream team is all from making connections with everyone,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
and yeah, within Screen to Speed, I would say it's such a great opportunity to just kind of go out and make new friends and see people.
Yeah.
It's definitely a big part of it, for sure.
Yep. Because
So,
I'm originally from Indonesia, like a country in
mhm.
Southeast Asia. And, you know, back in the day when I just started doing sim racing, I don't see any female sim racer or
Yeah,
any girls who likes to play racing games. It feels, I'm not saying that it's taboo for them, but it's not a girls thing. So I don't
yeah,
really have a female friends back then, you know, like just playing by myself. But then I moved to
yeah.
America, and then I think Steffi contact me. Like she invited me to get into Screen to Speed in Las Vegas. So back in the day, the first Screen to Speed race, um,
Yeah.
you know, like we sent like 20 fastest girls in the world to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and we compete in a LAN event right there. I wish you joined that one, Victoria.
I wish. I always look back in it and it seems so
Yeah,
fun.
I wish I met you earlier, like me and Steffi met you earlier,
Yeah.
so you can make it to Vegas. It was a great experience, and I believe it was the first time we are having a LAN event, sim racing LAN event for girls,
Right.
dedicated for girls. Because normally, I mean, everyone can join the high level of competition like Gran Turismo, World Championship. I mean, it doesn't say that um, you have to be a male or woman to compete. There's no rules on that, but we can say like it's not like a dedicated event for women, you know, like so here in Init, I feel so welcome by Steffi, you know,
For
like
sure. Yeah.
you're making an event for women and
Yeah.
you send everyone from all around the world to Las Vegas. Like you, not
Yeah.
like you ship everyone to Las Vegas, but you fly everyone
But
to.
still, flying everyone out is such a huge thing to do. And like really
Yeah.
giving women that opportunity is such an amazing thing for her to do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then still now, like kind of protecting us from all of these negative things that could have been said to us, but she really, gives us a safe environment to be
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, and also race together and improve ourselves without the fear of judgment.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing for
Thank
all of
you
us trying to
for,
get into it.
yeah, giving us a space, you know, like a
Yeah.
space to improve our skill. Like
Mhm.
everybody start from a different level. Like somebody can start from here and the other can start from here, like slightly lower. But I feel like here in Screen to Speed with whatever Steffi does, I feel like, you know, like everyone is welcome. Like doesn't matter you have experience or you're a total newbie into sim racing, you know, just start. That's the first
Yeah.
step. Like you have to start doing it, right?
And
So
it's such a welcoming place to be able to do that. It's so
mm-hmm,
open for you to ask questions and ask people to really help you out on some of
mm-hmm,
this racing stuff. And Sim for STEM as well, I think it's also another place where you can know nothing about
you
sim
can,
racing and
yeah,
motorsports in general, and they'll really help you, break out of that shell and
yeah,
connect with new people and learn more things about sim racing and racing in general. So I think both programs are so helpful to learning stuff like this. It's a good starting point for sure.
yep.
Yeah.
It's not just about learning about sim racing and motorsport, but it's also connects you to a lot of new people who are
Right.
in motorsport or sim racing.
Yeah, I would say, for example, Nikki Daly introduced me to a team called Random Vandals Racing, who race in GT4 America, who just got in touch with GT3. So
Oh, wow.
happy for them. But and from just that connection, I've had an amazing opportunity to go trackside and really see the engineering and seeing how the cars and the drivers are all part of this team. And just learning everything about how actual real racing works, and all the little aspects of it, and how much it actually relates back to sim racing with the engineering and the telemetry part of it. But just by making that one little connection, it opens so many doors for you, and it really helps promote yourself and helps try to get your foot in the door with anything motorsports related, I would say.
Yep.
So
I agree with that. Yep.
for sure.
Yep. Because
So
I mean, I think most of I met lots of new people, a lot of big name in motorsport through the Sim for STEM program and the Screen to Speed. Although that I'm not participating in the Sim for STEM, but I think I was mentoring for sim racing and content creation back in the day in Detroit. I think I think it was in Sim for STEM Detroit, and I met a lot of wonderful people, and wow. So I feel here in not just in sim racing but also in motorsport, it is very important to keep on building a connection to meet new people. It's I must say it's equally important than learning how to drive.
for sure, just getting all of those chances to do as much as you can, see as much as you can, talk to as many people as you can, is so important, so that you can really elevate your own experiences, whether that's trackside or if that's in the sim. It's great, it's excellent. So I would say it's one of the best things.
So down to the next question. Speaking of racing, so is there any most memorable race for you in the Screen to Speed?
The Holiday Invitational, I would say. It was such an amazing experience, meeting everyone, racing against everyone.
That's the most memorable.
For sure. For sure. It was a great experience overall.
Yep.
Yeah, just the whole atmosphere of the event, the practice sessions, the qualifyings, the actual racing, just even if it's not part of the racing, but the fact that it was a fundraiser. For women in motorsports, I think that's so important to have events like that, and promote this type of movement, because you never see stuff like this really happen. It's and really get that recognition like the Holiday Invitational got. So I think that was such a big thing for me to see them earn the money that they needed, and for us to get an opportunity to race and us to meet new people. Everything about it was just really memorable for me, I would say.
Yep.
So
Sylvia saying that we love Random Vandals and Paul Sparta for supporting women in racing. Thank you so much, Paul and Random Vandals, for supporting women, because we really need that. We really need support. Not we really need support as in of course we need a support, but we need more recognition in this male-dominated industry, I must say. Thank you so much for everyone here for supporting our movement, the Sim for STEM, Screen to Speed, and also to support all the girls competing in the Screen to Speed. Thank you very much.
For sure. And I think Random Vandals really was a big thing. I think they've been the most helpful, I would say, in real racing, trackside, everything like that. They showed me a lot of tires and how, because they do drive a BMW, and BMWs aren't always, that reliable, but seeing them work on the car when things went wrong with it, and seeing how motivated the drivers are, was a big thing for me, and how just seeing it, how I can translate it into my own type of racing. and how I can learn from their headspace, I would say, and how they
Right, right.
think was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a great opportunity for you to get to know a lot of things in
right.
racing, I must say.
Yeah, I would say the meeting
Yeah.
engineers on the team was a big thing, learning about the car. And when they were explaining it, it was so important to me, like knowing how, yes, it's a car going around a track, but knowing all the science and the engineering behind it was
Mm-hmm.
also a big part, to even get that car to where it is, as successful as it is. Um,
Yep.
so it's always great for me to really experience it. I love
Mm-hmm.
really being around the team as well as the car, but mostly the team and seeing how everyone works together. So
Right, right,
from them,
right. It's in the end, it's very important to know about the car because you cannot
for
just
sure.
drive blind, like hoping that you will learn or you will know something on the fly, but you have to prepare everything, So,
Yeah.
you know how to make a setup for a car in iRacing, pretty much.
A little bit. I'm trying to learn it. It's a lot of numbers,
Right, right.
that I'm trying to translate from engineering to changes in the car. And I think I'm still getting there, but I would love to continue to learn more about it,
Mm-hmm.
and how different, um, setup changes will affect my driving and how the car reacts depending on the track and the weather and everything like that.
So there's like
So,
a lot of aspect to make like a perfect car, a perfect
mhm.
balanced car that really suits your driving style. Right.
Yeah, for sure. I think every setup is always going to be different for everyone. Like, yes, you can always, look on YouTube, find a setup, or pay someone to
Mm-hmm.
make a setup for you. But it's really about what comes down to how you want to feel the car. Like, if you look at F1 now, if you look at Red Bull, how the
Mm-hmm.
car is fixed towards Max Verstappen,
Yep.
compared to some of the other drivers, and how their driving style is, that really, affects the setup, uh, and how the pace of the driver will
Mm-hmm.
be, just based on what they like. And, I think the setup is so important for that, because you're never just going to have a base setup,
Yep.
a stock setup that's always going to fit perfectly and always going to be the fastest. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's big.
I think I watched a clip about Verstappen somewhere on Instagram. So he was like complaining about his car to his engineer, something like that. But for me, it's more like he understand what he wants in his car and he understand the setup. So for me, I feel like it is really important to have a certain knowledge about your car. So you can communicate how do you want your car, like how do you want this car to be to your engineer, like, because if you don't know what you do, like if you don't know what's the problem, how are you gonna tell your engineer the problem?
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, understanding the car or know what you want in a car is give you more
Yeah,
advantage, I must say.
it does for sure. And being able to feel the car, like, money will get you in a car, maybe a faster car, but it always comes down to you, and how you're able to really feel the car, drive the car, and then communicate that. For sure. It's, communication is one of the biggest things in motorsports, for the engineers and for the drivers to be one
Right.
of the top. It's, one of the biggest things is, being able to tell someone, this isn't right, there's too much oversteer, there's too much understeer.
Yeah.
um, and that's, kind of the beauty of a team, is seeing how all of these people work
Yep.
together, and how it affects the car and affects where you place in a championship.
Exactly.
I think it's
Like
really cool.
it's important to build a chemistry with your crew chief, with your spotter, with your engineer. Because,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you're right about that. Like, that's the beauty of racing because you work together in many ways to get what you want, to get the result that you want. Like, you cannot do it by yourself all the time, but you need someone like helping you to reach your goal. I think I think that's what I like about motorsports. Like,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Because
Being able to
sometimes,
see everyone. Yeah.
yeah, like sometimes in my race, like I don't understand a lot about setup. So I'm just driving, but I'm learning about how to communicate my problem to my engineer. Like this car is too oversteery for me. Could you do something? And then he will do the setup change and give it to me and let me know. Like, okay, let me know how it feels about the car, how it drives. Oh, it works. Like, okay, so it's like building the trust with your car also. It's not just with your engineer, but
Yeah, for
you
sure.
have to
Yeah.
be you have to be connected to the car, I must say. Like you need to know how your car feels when it's at the limit or when everything is fine. Like you have to know about your car.
Yeah, and I think that's the other big thing is not only knowing how to drive and where to drive, but also knowing how a car works. Like not you don't have to be one of the top engineers on your team, but just understanding the components. And I think that really makes it a lot easier on the engineers is being able to say the wing needs more downforce because there's too much understeer, too much oversteer. I
Right.
think that's a big part that you can understand each component and figure out why it's moving like that. Is that also adds to the trust that you can have with your engineers having an own understanding of yourself. So
Right. It takes more than just driving, turning left, turning right, press on the
yeah,
gas, press on the brake. Racing is more than that. It's not just about
for sure. Yeah.
driving your car. Oh wow.
It's personally I think it's an amazing, sport, and how everything kind of comes together, every aspect of it, everywhere. The physical aspect, the mental aspect, it's such a big it takes
It's
a lot out, I would say.
it takes a
It's
lot.
because there's so much going on and there's so much you have to worry about. But in the end, once you get that result that you want as a team and as a driver, I think it's very rewarding after everything, I would say.
Yeah,
So
it
for
is.
sure, that's a big part is having your own understanding as well.
Yep. I feel
Yeah.
like I cannot wait to get back into sim racing and like try to apply because honestly, I'm learning from you. Like thank you so much for sharing
Of
everything
course.
today. Like I'm learning a lot from you, and I don't know. I kind of miss my friend now. Like I miss you. I miss Cleo. I miss Leo. I miss everyone. We should do some drive
Yes.
together. Like I don't
We
know. We
need to
can
invite
have
Cleo.
screen to
Yeah.
speed community night, something like that. Like
That
hosting
would be cute.
race. Yeah, I
Yes.
know,
Yeah,
right?
for
Like
sure. Because everything's very competitive, but just to have fun,
yeah,
with
yeah.
all of the drivers together, a fun hosted session would be really cool.
Yep. We should
Um,
invite Cleo.
I
Leo.
know. I think she's here. I
Oh,
think
she's here.
she's in the chat. I think
Hi,
so.
Cleo. Oh my God, you're here. Oh my God, I miss you so much, Cleo. Oh my God, we should do some drive. Let's do screen to speed community night. You, me, Victoria, everyone. Come on.
Yvonne.
Yvonne, it's
Get
already
everyone
late for
involved.
her.
I
It's
know,
already
it's crazy.
crazy.
The
Yvonne, thank
time zone is wild, for
like
sure.
time zone is so confusing. Like even
Yeah.
me and you is like we're like 2 hours difference. I was like, okay, what time is the INIT Talks
Yes.
in my
And
time?
they use military time, so it's a little bit harder. So it's already 12 hours different, and then they're
Yeah,
also 7 hours behind or in front. So
yeah,
just trying to figure out what the times are for the meetings and everything is a lot of work, but that's
yeah.
okay.
That's
I
okay.
think it's great.
Oh, by the
But
way, GSTI, thank you so much, GS. Thank you so much for the follow. I see the notification. You're following us. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy your
that's my
drive.
dad.
Oh, that's your dad. Hi.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's your dad. Hello, Victoria's dad. Hi. Welcome to INIT Esports. I'm so happy to have you here today. And also everyone, thank you so much. I was so focused listening to Victoria because wow, I'm learning a lot from her today. Like really. Oh, by the way, Victoria, let's talk about the dream team. Congratulations! Once again,
Thank you. Thank you.
congratulations for making it to the dream team. I'm so
Mhm.
happy for you. Like, wow. How do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel great. I think it's insane how I was even like chosen as a prospect for a team like this, actually.
Mhm.
And knowing how these other girls have placed in events, it's like, wow, I was really allowed into this. Like, someone really chose me. I thought it's such a great, opportunity that I've been given to, even have the opportunity to talk to these people.
Mhm.
I love it. I love it so much. I think it's really cool.
So was it like was it Steffi or
It was
Steffi
Yvonne, actually.
like inviting you? Like, do you want to drive?
Yeah. Yvonne was saying that there is an event coming up. I think it was April 21st. And I was like, oh, that's great. Like, I'd love to help you guys get recognition. And she was like, oh, well, maybe you could be a driver. And I was like, oh, that's different. So I didn't know I was going to be a driver. And I was like, oh, now I really have to practice a little bit more to get on the levels of these girls.
Mhm.
But I think it's excellent because everyone here is so quick and,
Yeah.
so capable. I think Nina's in an event right now. She
Oh, yeah.
placed 15th, I
Yep.
think it was, out of
15.
80,
Mhm.
which
On her
is
first
excellent.
IRL
Yeah,
race.
great
Congratulations,
for
Nina,
her.
by the way.
Yes, congratulations.
Oh my God, Belle! Belle! Oh my God, it's really nice here. Belle! Oh my God, Belle! Hello! Oh my God, that's Belle Stormalina from the International Women's Day race. She raced in Oval.
Oh, okay.
And
Yes.
I think Belle also raced in the International Women's Day. I think Belle! Welcome to INIT Talks. Welcome to INIT Talks. Very
Thank
nice
you.
to have you here today. Oh my God, she's showing you support. Good luck with the race.
I appreciate it so much. I think it's great.
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
Definitely a nerve-wracking experience, but
I'm so happy that this dream team received a lot of support from everyone, from the brands, from the organizer. And Belle, thank you so much for making it to INIT Talks. I'm so happy.
yeah.
We were talking about the International Women's Day. And no, the Holidays
Holiday,
Invitational.
yeah.
We were talking about the Holidays Invitational. Hi, everyone. Anyway, welcome. Oh, by the way, back to it. Back to the dream team. I got distracted by
It's okay,
by
it's
your
okay.
dad, by Yvonne, and by Bells. Hello, everyone. Very nice to have you all here today. Right, let's continue to the dream team. So,
Yes.
it's a high competition because I believe there will be like a lot of top teams competing in this event.
Yes, I think it's Team Redline and
Yep.
Williams,
Mm-hmm.
which is insane, which is crazy, but
You feel nervous?
yes, of course. Team Redline is, it's Team Redline. It's going to be, I think just being in the same lobby as Team Redline is going to be such an experience.
Yep.
But let
Wow,
alone
have
racing with them. But
like it's so fun. Like
it's going to be a lot of practicing, for
a
sure.
lot of practice, but
Mhm.
it's not like you're gonna race against Team Redline or William Esports in other events. So it's big.
Yes, it's just this one. I don't know, but
Mhm.
I think even if it is just this one, knowing that I am going to be doing this and with these amazing people, this dream team is such an experience. And it's going to be a crazy 24 hours when it does come around.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'll be there. Like I'll be there, working you, cheering you. Like I'll be standby.
Thank you.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. I mean,
I'll have monsters, all the drinks, all the energy drinks.
yep,
For
the
sure.
snacks and everything.
Yep.
Yep. So
It's going to be crazy.
what are your preparation going into this event?
See how school will line up with racing for sure.
Yeah.
And really practicing in whatever free time that I do have on the weekends, on Fridays. I'll always, try to be practicing as much as I can, learning as much as I can. And now that the cars have come out, I think
so you can start like driving.
I can start,
Yeah,
trying to practice some of these cars because some of them I have never driven, but I think with the dream team, it'll be a little bit easier to kind of learn everything, learn how some of these cars work.
Yep.
It'll be a lot easier for me
Yeah.
to learn how everything works. So yeah,
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I'll try my best.
You got
Yeah.
any expectation on how the race gonna go? Like, are you planning to win it?
I'm gonna try to pull an Ollie Berman, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, at least not last.
Yeah.
Just do my best and cheer everyone else on, and be a supporter for everyone. I think that's one of my main goals. Well, another thing is to have fun in an event like this, and you know, but push myself. I do want to push myself a lot. So we'll see how it goes.
Have fun.
Yeah, for sure. That's a big thing that a lot of people forget, is just have fun, you know. There's always opportunities that'll come around, but yeah, for sure.
You're right. Like, sometimes people are too busy competing, trying to chase the win, and they forgot to have fun. Because in the end, you don't want to lose the fun of playing sim racing because you got burnout, you know? Like, don't let.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing that people do forget. It's, you know, it's because I remember when I was younger, I used to ride horses competitively. And I did get caught up in always trying to win. You know, you kind of forget, like, it'll come around again. You'll be okay. And there's always going to be something else there. You know, it's never like you lost everything. It's, you know, it's a learning experience.
Exactly.
And people forget that. So
it's a learning experience.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true. It's a learning experience, and maybe some people can win it on the first race or on the first competition, but it's not for everyone, you know?
Yeah.
Hey,
for
by
sure.
the way, Kathleen, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Enjoy your time here. It's very awesome. And you are awesome, Victoria. Look at that. Look at how many support you received today. I'm truly happy for you. Like, oh my God.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh my God, thank you so much, you. Sophie, Yvonne, Kathleen, everyone, thank you so much for supporting. I'm really looking forward to watch the VCO Infinity. It's the Infinity, not the Xfinity, right? Something like
it's VCO Xfinity, or I think it's Infinity.
Infinity, I think.
I think it's Infinity. It is Infinity. Yeah. I forget.
My daughter has definitely shown me the driving tips. Look.
Yeah. I'll be his engineer sometimes, and I'll have him race. Yeah.
So, are you the only one in the family that got into motorsport, or the whole family like getting into racing?
Well, I think my dad first introduced me to cars, like supercars, back when we lived in Virginia. He took me to an auto show, and that's when I first saw some of my first insane hypercars, supercars, race cars, and I really had a love for cars in general. And then my mom took me to the F1 race, and that's where I was introduced to some other people who then introduced me to more of the motorsport side. So it's kind of now like a family thing that we all will watch, you know, the F1 weekends, or watch the Random Vandals race, as they're in Sonoma right now. But
is it
watch them race? It's this weekend.
You know what? I'm going to Sonoma this weekend.
Really?
Yes. Saturday and
Tell
Sunday.
them I said hi. Okay. Yes, for sure.
Okay, I will text you. Like, Victoria,
they're great people.
I'm in Sonoma right now. Like, I will text you. Oh my God.
Thank you. Yes, they're a great team. They're so supportive. And I think, they have a little raccoon as their little logo. So, and they have new merch now. So.
I'll definitely check out. I like buying merch on the racetrack.
Yeah, it really makes you feel part of the team, because everyone has, you know, who are a part of the team do have their jerseys and everything, and then you're kind of just in your own shirt. But now that they have you know, their own stuff, I think we'll definitely be getting some and being a part of them because they're great people. They're amazing, I would say. So
I'll definitely check on that. Right. Is
thank
it
you.
the GT4, GT3?
It's GT4 right now, but I
GT4.
think closer to May they'll be in GT3.
Nice.
And the
Okay,
M4.
at least
So.
I'll get a chance to watch someone racing. Because honestly, going to Sonoma, I just going to Sonoma to see race car. Like, I don't really
Yeah, you
have
watch
someone.
everyone.
Yeah,
Right.
I just watch everyone, but now I can spot some car like
Yeah.
Fendel and I think Samantha Tan. Racing.
Oh
also.
yes,
Yeah, she'll
for
be
GT3.
racing. So I'm gonna watch
Yes.
Samantha Tan also, and now I know who. Now I know who should I support in GT4.
I think they recently added another woman to their team as a driver. Do you know Alex Colby?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think Steffi knows her.
Yeah, I thought she raced in the Invitational. I could be wrong, but I heard her name in the broadcast. I don't remember, but yeah. So she's one of their new drivers.
Nice.
And it's great seeing, like, watching a little bit of her career as she gets better and better. She's a great driver. I love watching her. She's, in my opinion, really inspirational. But yeah, overall it's a great team. They've shown me so much. But yeah,
So is Alex Colby is one of your favorite female driver?
Her and I would say Susie Wolf back when she raced.
Oh,
for
she's
sure.
amazing. She's so stunning. Like, wow.
Yeah, for sure.
I
She's
have
very
so
inspirational.
Much respect on her.
Yep.
Like, and everything she does with the F1 Academy, bringing more girls. Wow. Yep.
Yeah, and I would say as well, Stephanie Carlin is a big one because she was, I don't know if she still is, but F1 Academy, Formula 2, she's, just seeing women like that are really inspirational to me. And seeing what they're doing for other women who are trying to get an opportunity to just be a part of this, and really watching them as they gain more and more attention. I think that's great. Great opportunities and everything. So yeah, I would say.
So would you like to get into real racing one day? Like, is it a part of your plan?
Yes, I would. Just a lot of motorsports related, either, getting into a real car, becoming an engineer for a Formula 1 team. I think those are two of my biggest goals, is just continuing with my academic courses, getting a degree in engineering,
right.
And keeping with my connections and really trying to see what teams I can talk to and be a part of, is a big thing I want to do. But even in my own driving side, I think being in a real car would be so cool and such a opportunity, seeing how that feels on an actual track in an actual race car. So that's a big goal for me.
Yep.
So
that's also one of my goals, to drive in real life, just to see, like, can I bring what I learned in simulator in iRacing to real life? Like,
yeah, for sure.
I just want to experience that, like, like, oh wow, because I went to Sonoma like last week or 2 weeks ago, and I was like, that's my breaking point in iRacing. I was like that, like, wow, it looks real.
Yeah,
that's
really always cool to see, like, learning so much from iRacing and then watching drivers do it in real life is always like, wow, I do the same thing. And it's really cool seeing the comparison and how the real car reacts, and how the actual driver compares to you. I think that's always really cool.
I feel like iRacing really gives you an access to real racing, as in, like, you can learn what the drivers learn. Like, you can learn how to brake, where to brake. You can learn about the track. And I don't know, maybe sim racers spend more time on the track, on the virtual track, than the real life driver probably at this point, because we can play all the time.
Yeah, that's a big thing, like doing thousands and thousands of laps while an actual driver can't necessarily do that. But still having somewhat of the same understanding of a track, and the car. Like if you look at, again, Max Verstappen, he does sim racing because it's, it's a lot harder for him. It's a lot, I would say, level playing field, because some of these drivers practice for hours and hours on end, and really giving him a harder experience.
Yep.
So I think that's really cool.
But Max Verstappen is crazy. I remember
he's crazy.
He was like the night before the race, he was playing iRacing with controller.
Yep.
And still like
I remember that.
I was like, what?
That's such a crazy thing to just be able to do.
Yep.
But yeah.
Verstappen is crazy. Like crazy.
Yeah, and I think
your dad asking me questions. Hi, Victoria's dad. So, have you tried your iRacing technique on the road in your daily car, like finding the apex or the racing line? I haven't actually bring my car to the racetrack. Like I haven't actually like driving fast with my car, but I think there is like one technique that I learned from video games that I can apply in real life. I think that was a moment when I think I suddenly lose the traction, lose the control of my car. I almost spun, but it was my muscle memory, like doing the counter steer and try to save the car. Like you don't need to brake because sometimes braking is not helping. Like when you're locking your brake, it's not gonna happen. So I was like trying to live and try to control the car, like do the counter steering, and it saved my life. It saved my car, and I learned that from iRacing, from video game. I must say I learned that from video game, and it just, I don't know, it just stuck in my brain. Like I can do that without having to think about what to do in that situation. So I think that's what I like about sim racing. Like you can actually like bring what you learn from video games to real life. And meanwhile, for Victoria, you bring what you learn in school to sim racing, and you can also apply that to real life, I believe. Like, yeah, like
because
it's amazing. Like, wow,
I think really translating iRacing to just even public roads, it's when you're by yourself, not really when there's other people around, but really finding a line is always kind of interesting, and seeing, just knowing how to see it because of iRacing is always kind of cool, seeing how much faster you are versus if you were to just stay in between the lines, I would say. It's always fun. But
have you tried karting in life?
Yes, because we live in Austin next to the Circuit of the Americas.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And they have a go-kart track next to it. That's kind of like a mini version of Circuit of the Americas. So me and my dad and my mom will go karting there every once in a while.
Oh, wow.
And we'll compare lap times. It's pretty even. I think my mom's pretty fast, but
your mom is pretty fast.
She'll always compare.
Sprint to speed sometimes.
I told her during the Winter Cup, like, come join a practice session, but she never did. But that's okay. She's a quick driver. Even, you would never expect someone's mom to be quick. No offense, mom, but
your mom is really cool.
She's fast. Wow. She's given me a lot of these experiences. Even if she's not the biggest car fan, she's let, kind of paved the way for me, I would say. So
it's so nice to see that you're having a support system, doing your hobby, like doing your passion. Super Rebecca. Rebecca said, bring her in. Yes.
I know. I need to bring her in.
Or maybe,
she has.
Maybe we should have Screen to Speed Endurance Edition. Then you can team up with your mom in the endurance.
That's
race,
true. Yes.
Right? So you don't have to race against your mom, but you can work together with your mom.
With her, yeah.
Yeah. I'll think about it. Every time I'm having this INIT talk, I feel like I always have this new idea to bring to the table.
Yeah.
We will do.
She would do it, I feel. She would do a little stint.
Maybe can join like the Screen to Speed community night for fun. The hosted race with Cleo and maybe Belle also.
She reminds me of Cleo. If you had to compare my mom to anyone, I think it would be Cleo. She's very outwards, and she loves just meeting new people, making new connections. So but I think she would enjoy this little community that we do have, and just meeting everyone. But she is competitive as well, so I think, joining some of these races and talking to some of these people, I think she would do pretty well on her own. So yeah.
I mean, wow. We should make it happen. First of all, we need to make the Screen to Speed community night happen. Just, like fundraise, driving with your friends, like with Cleo, your mom, Belle, everyone. And we can try out different cars, different combo. So,
Yeah.
because for me, I think in sim racing, I improve more, or I improve a lot since I got into random hosted session, trying different cars,
Yeah, for sure.
different track. And after I'm driving like a lot of different cars in iRacing, I feel like driving GT3 is so not easy, but it has assist, like it has TC, ABS, so you don't need to be worried about braking because it's fine.
Yeah.
As in like that,
Yeah, I think I think actually a community night would be pretty fun. Like maybe once a week or something, once a month, just have everyone from the server kind of come in.
Joining.
Yes.
Gonna have multiple sim rigs in the house like us. Like Iwan.
Yeah, probably.
Sophie. Hi, by the way, Sophia. Hi. Oh my god, this is very nice. Sophia is your mom, right? Yeah, right.
I think she would compete because we used to play F1 22.
Oh, right.
And I'd be on a controller and someone else would be on the rig, but racing like that would be fun.
Oh my god. Come on, Sophia, we should do some community night. Like, Sophie, put it on the note. We should make Screen to Speed community night. I will send an invite to Cleo, Amy, Ellie. Do you know Ellie, the Australian girl?
I do not. Oh, yes, I do know her. I've seen her a couple times. Yeah.
She's doing a lot of track days, I think, lately. Like, she got a really nice car, a BMW or something like that. And
Good for her.
Yeah. We should invite everyone to do some fun community night. Like, maybe we should do it on the weekend because I think everybody will be free by the weekend.
On a Saturday, yeah. I think the thing that would make it hard is the time zones, but that's okay.
Yeah, we will think about the time zone, but we can have it like on the weekend.
Yeah, I think you wouldn't have to tell her like anything. I think she'd be pretty quick to plan it out just on her own, and she'd be like, "Victoria, go tell Elz. Go tell someone to plan it."
Go to someone to plan it. Right.
She's probably writing it down. But
I'm so happy. I've been wanting to have like a community night for just driving with you, Cleo, everyone.
Yeah.
And like having fun. And for the content, I like
I think that'd be great content.
I like making
well.
like, I don't know, like a meme content, as in like, we showing that we're having fun and can be a tryhard instead of like, being too
for sure
serious in it, like showing that our community is like, it's a nice
inviting Jamie back and then having a commentator.
Oh, yeah. But this time Jamie will be commentating a fun race, not a
exactly, not something so serious.
Yeah.
Having
She will
everyone
be
going
like,
around a track.
okay, what am I doing? Okay, this girl. Okay.
Yeah. I think it would be really fun though.
Or I can be the commentator and you girls can go race.
Yeah.
I'm the one commentating.
I think it'd be really funny just watching all of us kind of race around, and then especially on different cars as well.
Yeah.
Seeing the difference in the cars.
I will send you an invitation to that event for sure.
Thank you.
Hey, by the way, everyone in the chat, we will have a Q&A session after this. Well, I've been enjoying my time talking to Victoria, and I didn't realize it's already more than an hour.
Yeah.
So
It's okay.
It's okay. We'll be having a Q&A session, so feel free to drop the question right now in the chat. And while we are waiting for any questions to come, do you want to play some this or that with me real quick?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I've prepared, well, oh, okay, don't worry. I'm just having like 5 questions. It's not that much.
It's okay.
Okay? Are you ready?
Go ahead.
All right.
I'm ready.
So let's play this or that. Answer it real quick, okay? All right. 1, 2, 3. Sports car or Formula car?
Ooh, sports car.
All right. Indy
For
car
sure.
or NASCAR?
Indy.
Sprint race or endurance race?
Sprint if I'm doing it, endurance if I'm watching it.
Right.
So
And Mercedes or Ferrari?
ooh. My dad's a Ferrari guy, but I'm a Mercedes girl. So Ferrari. I would take Ferrari. You're welcome, Dad.
You're welcome, Dan. Oval racing or road racing?
Road.
Road racing or
Yeah.
rally?
Road. I don't know about rally.
Rally or
Yeah.
drifting?
Drifting, I would say.
Interesting. So you like drifting? Have you
I-
tried drifting in sim?
I have a little bit, yeah. I used to play with my friend that I told you about, Roach. I tried drifting a little bit with him. He would teach me how.
Oh wow.
But it's difficult for sure. It's really hard.
Yeah.
But
It's
I think it's
different.
cool.
It's cool.
It is. It's different, but I like the atmosphere that it brings in. I like,
It's
you know,
like,
all the JDM cars, all of it.
yeah.
I think it's really cool. So
I think drifting is
I don't
more
mind
like
it.
art than a competition about. It's not about who's going fast, crossing the finish line. So it's
more
like
about style.
style
Right.
and art to me.
Yeah, and I think that's a thing that should, you know, be judged. I think the only thing with that is that it's I wouldn't say biased, but everyone has their own opinion on how something should look. But I think I love the whole idea of drifting. It's really cool to me personally. But
Yeah.
For sure.
I love watching someone drifting, but I haven't actually like tried drifting because the
Yeah.
logic is not logicking for me. As in, like, you know, like you're counter steering and throttle control, heel to toe, something like that. So I haven't like actually learned about it. So I'm still struggling. Like I'm so bad. Maybe you and
it's
your
a lot
friends.
about throttle control and braking. It's less of the steering because the wheel is really in the somewhat of the same position majority of the time, unless you're switching ankles. But
Mhm.
it's a lot about the braking and the handbrake and everything like that. But
Yeah.
it's hard, but it's very pretty once it's done correctly, I think.
Yeah, it's really
So.
rewarding if you can do it right.
For sure, yeah. And you'll feel it. You'll feel the line, how it kind of just comes together. You know, the car will switch pretty much by itself if you get the line perfect. So I think that's really cool.
Yep.
So.
Oh, wait. Oh, we got questions, by the way.
Yeah.
From Yvonne, what would you like to achieve in sim racing?
I would say make the most connections that I can and attract as many people as I can so that I can progress into real racing and engineering and still sim racing. But it's really about making connections for me and networking outwards and see what I can get into at a young age. I think that's really important to me, just networking. So, yeah.
Making connections. Yeah.
Yes, it's a big thing for me, for sure.
I really like how the way you're thinking about how to improve or how to get more recognition, something like that in sim racing and motorsport. Because yes, keep making connection, like meeting new people. Making connection is really, really important, and it's not a lot of people realize how important that is. Because
Yeah.
I mean, driving is important as a driver, but making connection is really, really important. Like, yep.
Right, for sure. It's, you know, you don't really look into it as a driver, but once you realize that that's kind of what is keeping you in the car, it's big. It gets really big really quickly. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Your dad said, better be Ferrari.
Yes,
Ferrari.
He was very happy during the Australian Grand Prix
Oh my
because
God.
it was that was his race for sure, and not ours, not Mercedes at all.
It was his race.
It was a very bad race, but he loved it. He's a big Ferrari guy. So
I like it. I like Carlos in Ferrari, honestly. Like, I mean, Okay, out of topic for a bit. But in Ferrari, I prefer Carlos than Charles, I think.
I
Charles, I'm not saying Charles is bad, but he's not a bad driver, but
he's doing really well right now, and it's kind of contradicting of what Ferrari wants for the team, but he's doing great, and I'm happy for him. And
yeah.
I think, but Charles is, he's comfortable, I would say, in Ferrari. He's
Yeah.
as devastating as that team is on some weekends. He's doing good for himself. He's keeping himself in his seat.
Yeah.
And that's important. So
I mean,
yeah.
I like Charles as a driver. Like, in my opinion, he's quick, but I feel like Carlos sometimes making a better decision in the race.
Yeah.
That's how I see.
And then at some point they kind of just go against each other and they'll battle. But I think they're doing pretty good for themselves. Carlos is really doing he's really, trying to attract as many people as he can, and he's doing a great job at it, I would say.
Yeah.
So it's great seeing that and seeing him be able to push forward.
Yeah.
Yes, Sainz
should be staying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Yvonne, on that. Like, Ferrari has two great drivers, but speaking of decision maker, something like that, I feel like Carlos is a lot better. Like, well, I can't say that. After all, I don't really watch a lot of F1. Like, I watch more of the NASCAR, but as someone who don't really watch the F1, I feel like Carlos is slightly better. I'm sorry if my opinion is not it's not as you wish.
I think honestly, I think the announcement of Lewis moving to Ferrari was made a little bit too early. Because now they're really showing, or Sainz is really showing that he can be a part of this team and he can get this team a good placement.
That's.
But
it feels like he's a bit on a revenge mode. I mean, it's good because he keep on giving a good result. But I don't know.
Yeah, he's definitely pushing really, really hard.
Yeah, I try hard. But good for him. Like good
for him. And you don't see Charles doing a lot of that, but
Yeah. Maybe, guys, what about one day we are having another INIT Talks, but we talk about everything. It's not like we're talking about something serious, something technical, but we just, speaking about our opinion over other drivers. Maybe we can do some watch along. Maybe.
It'd be fun. That'd be interesting. For sure.
Oh.
Maybe.
Wait. Oh, Sophie. A question from Sophie. For Victoria, which cars would you pick for the VCO event from the list? What's the list? Do they have it?
I would say they do. I'm pretty sure it's out. I would choose the GT3, and then probably the Formula. But I know everyone is already kind of choosing their own thing. But if I had to choose, I would choose the GT3 and the Formula.
GT3 and the Formula. Right.
Yeah.
If you can only
GT3
choose one.
is a lot. Oh, if I only had to choose one, the GT3. For sure.
You will take out the Formula.
No, I'm a GT type of racer. That's probably...
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you're a GT driver.
Yeah, I do a lot of GT, and I think that's a little bit where I'm stronger. More so than NASCAR and Indy, or than Formula type of racing. But I think looking back at the Invitational, I think I'd probably be strongest in the GT3.
Right. You feel most confident in that car, in the GT?
Yeah. Right. It feels a little bit more easier to predict, I would say, and I feel a little bit quicker in it. So, yeah.
The NASCAR can be a challenge. If you're not really driving it, it could be a challenge, I think.
Yeah, it's and I'm still learning about NASCAR a little bit. because it locks up very quickly. And just because there's so many laps, knowing when to pit and everything and what setup
Yeah.
changes to make, the terminology for NASCAR, everything like that. I'm still learning it, but
If
I
you
know
like
more
to
about
work
GT.
on the pit strategy, I think you're gonna love the NASCAR race, because it's all about the race strategy, like when to pit,
Yeah.
pit under green, pit under yellow. Like it's I don't know, it's too complicated for me. Like speaking
Yeah, it's a
of,
lot.
yeah, a
I
lot.
remember someone saying just pit whenever the leader pits, and that's your
Yeah.
strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first strategy to survive. I mean, I drive a lot in oval. I drive more NASCAR than any road racing in iRacing, but I'm still newbie. Speaking of the pit strategy, so I just follow the leader. Like, okay, the
Yeah,
leader
pretty
is
much.
pitting.
Pit,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
I'm
But I
waiting
think
for
that's
me.
the hard part as well. Like, why are they necessarily pitting? Are they driving a little bit harder than you maybe? So their tires are a little bit worse. And could
Yeah,
you have stayed out maybe just a little bit longer? Should you have pitted early? Stuff like that is always a question.
yep,
And that's where the engineers come in and stuff like that, knowing that. So
yeah.
it's a lot.
Because sometimes it's like gambling. Like you're gambling your
For
lap
sure, yeah.
when you're pitting. So I'm like, I cannot think everything by myself when I'm driving. Like that's
Yeah.
why I need my engineer, especially in oval.
Yeah, for sure.
The GT3.
It
You can drive
yeah,
the
NASCAR.
Victoria.
Okay.
Victoria
Thank
can
you.
drive
Thank
the
you,
GT3.
Yvonne.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.
Because I know Yvonne wanted to drive the GT3, so I was like, oh, but okay, if I can drive the GT3, I'll be okay.
It'll be
I'll be
fine.
fine. I'll have a
Do they
little
have
bit
a
more
slow car
confidence.
to drive? Do they have
They have the
MX?
MX-5. Yeah.
I think
I
if I'm a
don't.
part of the dream team, I will take the MX-5.
The MX-5 is kind of hard to drive though because it has a lot of oversteer, and especially during the first lap,
You
it's
really need to
a
drive to the
lot.
limit for the
Yeah, on that
MX-5.
car,
Like,
it's a little bit harder for me. So,
yeah.
but
Surprisingly, I'm not familiar with the MX-5. Like,
really,
I don't do a lot of race. Well, in iRacing, when I was in rookie, I did Formula V, Skip Barber. So I was more like an open wheel driver in road
yeah.
racing. So
Mhm.
I don't know, MX. I feel like I can go fast in the MX-5, but everybody been saying that I haven't pushed this car to the limit. And like, wow. I feel like
Yeah, it's a lot of heel to toe, I would say. There's so much footwork involved with that car. And you never really expect it, but yeah, it seems like a fun little car, but that car there's so much technical stuff that goes on that you have to do rather than electronics. So
right.
it's a lot. Yeah.
Speaking of a slow car in iRacing, you've driven the GR86? Because it's on the Winter Cup.
During the
right?
Winter Cup. Yeah.
Is the GR86 a lot easier than the MX-5? Speaking of driving to the limit?
It's a different driving style. I would say it is easier in my opinion. You don't have to do heel to toe, and it's kind of just it's really sensitive, I would say.
The GR.
For steering.
MX.
Gas and throttle and braking is a lot. You don't have to worry about it as much on the GR86, but steering, I would say, is definitely something you have to be aware of because it has a lot of roll, and you'll feel it. Like you'll see everything kind of shift. So you always have to keep that in mind. I feel like, in my opinion, I think there's a lot of understeer on it, but
right.
It really just kind of depends on your setup. But in the Winter Cup, it was fixed. So with that setup,
depends on your driving style.
Yeah, it always everything depends on your driving style. But I think it's a little bit easier than the MX-5, I would say.
Yeah. MX-5 is like the car that I really underestimate in iRacing. Like,
for sure,
it's a cute car. When I drive it's crazy. Like, I struggle.
And you think for a rookie license, they put it there because it's the easiest, but no, it's it's
not.
the complete opposite.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
lot harder.
I
But
was
I think
like,
it's great,
no.
I think it really prepares you though for, some of the other categories in GT
Yeah,
racing. But yeah.
yeah. It's a great car for. I mean, speaking of the speed, the car is not fast compared to the GT3, F3, of course, Super Formula.
Yeah.
That car is not fast, but it's not easy to master the car, to know the limit of the car. So I feel like, for me, I feel like I prefer driving a slow car. So I got more time to
Mhm.
react when there's a crash, like to fix everything, you know?
Yeah, kind of adjust yourself.
Yeah.
And the GT3s, they're not necessarily the fastest, but they're, I would say they're a lot maybe forgiving. Like my dad said, it's like learning how to ride a
Well,
horse.
well,
Yeah.
that's a good analogy. Like, yeah, like learning how to race with not a fast car, not the perfect car that everyone been saying, like not the Formula, not the GT, but it's a
Yeah.
great way to start. Yeah,
Yeah, for
how
sure.
to ride a
And I
horse on a
think
horrible horse.
and he's right, he's right.
On a horrible horse.
That's how I learned, you get on a bad horse and, it prepares you for some of these more expensive horses that you might not know how to control unless, you've already been through that rough patch of a horrible
Right.
horse.
Hmm.
So it is kind of like that when you think about it. And that's the thing about iRacing. It's not about money in iRacing at all. So it's not, you can just buy, the F1 car immediately and be the best, but you actually do have to go through all of the licenses, go through the Miatas or I
Yeah.
think, what was it? The FF 1600?
Yeah, the Formula Ford.
Yeah,
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 that one.
Formula Ford. So being able to that the fact that they force you to go through all of those is, in my opinion, really important for learning all of it, I would say. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think iRacing has a good system on telling people what to do to
Yeah,
race.
for sure.
Like, they will put you like in a slow car, slow class, and then you will improve as you go higher. It's not like you can just jump into GT3 and hoping that you'll be the fastest, you'll be the alien on the track.
For sure.
The Mazda
Yeah.
and GR86 teach you how to drive properly, so when the speed increase, you know how to react. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I agree with that exactly.
Yeah,
Because,
that's
yeah,
how
the
it goes.
faster the car, it's harder for you as a newbie to get used to how to react under the crash, under the spin.
Hmm.
Yep.
For sure. And that's, one of the most important things. So
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you do have to do that is great.
Yep.
And I think that kind of separates people who I would say are doing it for fun or don't really have that much care for it. That's when they kind of leave early because the
Mm-hmm.
cars aren't as easy.
Yeah.
But the people who really do have a passion for it will stay and try to learn these cars and try to
Fine.
up their license.
Yeah.
After that one hard part, I would say. So
I think,
yeah.
well, I'm not, well, I haven't, it's my fourth year getting into sim racing, and I've seen a lot of people like, oh yeah, I want to get into sim racing, I'll be the world champion, and then 2-3 months later, they, I don't know, just gone, losing the passion. I
Yeah, for
think
sure.
it's not because, I'm not saying that, okay, you're not committed to what you're saying, but sim racing is not easy as a start, especially if you're not having any background. Speaking about racing cars, it can be frustrating for people to, you know,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the passion makes
Um,
you stay. Like, if you love it, you will stay. You will find a
yeah,
way.
for sure.
Like, I
And
had to make a U-turn on my career in
mhm,
iRacing, as in, like, I was focusing on getting my license to get into A class, and thinking that, okay, I will start grinding my iRating once I get into the A class. But I don't know, for me it doesn't work. So I
mhm,
I had to lower down to the GR86 race, doing the D
mhm.
class race with my A class, and start learning, like, doing it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's the thing that they'll let you do time trials to up your license, but that's really not the best way, I would say, to up your license. You're not really on the level of an A class if you're only doing time trials.
Yep.
So
you cannot cheat your way up to the top by doing a time trial event.
Yeah, competing against yourself.
Yeah.
So
for Victoria, what is the next sim racing or racing upgrade?
Well, back before the Holiday Invitational, we actually ordered a Fanatec setup, but it has not come in yet. So we've been waiting for months now, and
if you hear this,
Fanatec is not. I've been trying to get in contact with Fanatec, but they have not sent any. They sent in I forget what it's called, the connector for the motor and the wheel.
Quick release.
That's the quick release. That's the only thing they've sent in, and that was the only free thing. So everything else they have kept with FedEx. So I should have known. I messed up there, but
You're not alone on that. As in, like, I'm still waiting for my stuff to come, and it's been 2 months. Waiting for your sim racing stuff can take forever sometimes.
But I think it's one of the only ones that has these problems, because if you look at their forums, that's all people talk about is problems with the shipping and the communication. But I ordered it before the Invitational, and I thought that
like November,
maybe it'll come in, but it was I ordered beginning of December. And the Invitational was on the 16th of December. So I thought, or I ordered it for the Winter Cup, and it never came in, and it still hasn't come in yet.
She could have been winning the Winter Cup. Product arrived.
If I just had a better setup, but I was very excited for it, and it never came in, and they won't email me back. So
I hope it will come in.
I hope it'll come in soon, but
so you can race.
I doubt it, but and my dad was saying that I should have asked for a refund, but instead I asked if they could continue to try to ship it out, but then they didn't contact me back. So I should have asked for a refund the first time. But maybe next winter.
Yes. Maybe for the 2024 Winter Cup.
I know. We'll see when it actually comes.
But I really hope it will arrive like as soon as possible so you can race. You're getting a direct drive, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You will.
We're getting the McLaren GT3.
Oh, the rim, the McLaren, right. Nice.
Yeah, very so nice. That's all we need, and then no more Fanatec. But till then, we're gonna try to get this next rig. But it's gonna take a little bit, and it has taken a little bit, and it's frustrating. But that's okay. We'll see when it comes in.
So you're planning to get a direct drive and a new sim rig?
Direct drive, new wheel and new pedals.
Right, the new pedals.
And then go from there. Yeah.
Right.
But till now, we have this Logitech setup, so but it's done me well. It got me 8th in the Invitational. It's just not what I would have hoped for these races. If Fanatec would have come in earlier, I would have loved to race with that. But that's how things go. It's okay. But who knows?
Don't worry, the wheel that got me into a champion and bring me to where I am right now is my Thrustmaster T300. It's like it's not really a budget wheel, I must say, but it's a great starter pack for someone getting into sim racing, and that's the wheel that makes me a champion. So since that day, I was like, I'm gonna keep this wheel forever. I will put it like in the museum or something.
Yeah, we might have to hang this wheel up whenever we get Fanatec. Have a shelf in the back.
Wheel that makes you become a part of the dream team.
For sure.
So it's like a lot of memory with that.
It's given me my start pretty much. So it's a great wheel, but there's always more. There's always better.
And the upgrade will never stop. Sophie, when you're asking
For
that,
sure.
and Victoria answer, I'm afraid next year you will see Victoria keep on upgrading her stuff like sim racing, triples, bezel for
Yep.
kids.
For sure. We already have VR, we already have monitors and everything like that set up, but it'll definitely keep going up the more I'm in this. So
One thing for sure,
yeah.
you need to have 2 sim racing setup so you and your mom can race, or you and your
Yeah,
dad.
I've told her, but she keeps saying no. But she may say otherwise. It's just from what I've heard, she does not want another rig in the house, but that's okay. We'll see.
She doesn't
We can
want
put her in
another rig in
VR.
the house.
Yeah, there's not enough space for another rig, but
It's
unless we put
money.
them side by side, but
Yep.
and we don't have a computer to run it on.
Right.
It is a money pit, just like actual cars.
Yeah. I mean, sim
It's
racing is
always
already pricey, but it's not as expensive as real racing. So our
Yeah.
upgrade is still acceptable. Speaking of.
yeah. I think that's the good thing about it, but that doesn't mean it's actually cheap, I would say.
Yeah.
But there's always that's the other thing, that's always going to be able to upgrade to new stuff and equipment and everything.
Do you believe that a better wheel can make you faster? Speaking of.
I believe it'll, depending on what you get, it'll allow you to feel the car a little bit more. I would say feel more oversteer, understeer. You can actually feel that. 2 rigs instead of a dinner table. Yeah. We need another rig downstairs. Yep. For sure.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be us. But yeah, I think it allows you to feel the car a little bit better.
Yeah.
But your driving is really about how much effort you put in, and how often you're able to do it, and your motivation. But a wheel just kind of lets you have a little bit more feedback and input from the car, I would say. So.
But it doesn't guarantee you to become faster or you get a win streak in a race.
No, not at all. I think it's definitely majority about you, and how. The other thing is how you react to the input a wheel is giving you, and what you do to change it, whether that be setup changes or your actual driving changes. That's what really makes the difference. But a setup is, in the end, it's all of them do the same thing. It's just how much it's giving you, and how much it costs. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Oh, by the way, it's almost we're almost talking for 2 hours. Imagine.
Yes.
But I really love talking with you right now. Like, finally, we are making it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so
I
happy
appreciate
for
it.
this. Of course. I mean, it's my job. As in, like, it's my job to give you a lot of spotlight in this event, going into every event in INIT Sports, in the Screen to Speed. And I don't want you to stress out over pictures, videos. So that's why I'm trying my best, like to give you a guide. Here's the example. So you just try to follow something like that,
Right.
Like, yeah.
I do appreciate that, though. It's definitely a lot going on, but yeah.
Yeah. You'll find the lot cell pedal will make the most difference. Oh, yeah. The trail brake. Are you using the lot cell pedal?
Yeah, I'm using the Logitech. The trail braking on the Logitech, it's really sensitive, and it's not always the smoothest, but I think it's enough if you have a little bit of traction control and a little bit of ABS. I think it works fine.
Yeah.
But I think definitely when I get Fanatec, whenever it comes in, I'll get something to help out with the brake a little bit more, because I remember when we do go to F1 races, we hang out with this company that does have they have a sim rig there in their little area, and it's excellent. It's top of the line Fanatec all over. it's a beautiful PC. It's a beautiful setup overall. And it's so much easier to drive on that rather than my setup. So I always
Yeah.
enjoy going during the F1 events to actually feel a better setup. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think that's a big thing for me is that how easily the trail braking is. But
Yeah, with the load cell, it's a lot easier.
right.
Like everything is more makes sense. Like before I changed into load cell, I was like, what is trail braking? Like, wait, how?
Yeah.
You know? But soon
Mhm.
I changed to a direct drive. I was like, oh, like that. Oh, that's how you do
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Nice.
It does teach you. Yeah.
Yeah. I
My
mean,
mom.
wow. Oh, Sylvia. Thank you, Unity Sports, Steffi, and Dream Team. Of course. Of course. I mean, it's my pleasure. I'm so happy to finally having a chat with Victoria. Like, you know, I'm rooting on you, honestly, on the Winter Cup.
Mhm.
As in, like, I'm not rooting like, oh yeah, you have to win it, but to see you keep on doing it, you stay
Mhm.
here, and like I can feel that. I can feel your energy, your good energy here, and you're so passionate here. Like I adore you so much, and I'm
Thank you.
I'm learning a lot from you today.
Hmm.
And wow, really, like, first of all, we will make the Screen to Speed community night happen. I will send an invite
Yes.
to my girls
Yes,
and
please.
everyone. Yes, just a hosted session we can practice.
Hmm.
And maybe we can invite Victoria again to another INIT talk, and maybe we can talk about car setup. Like, how are you preparing your setup? Like, sharing
Hmm.
your knowledge, what you learn about it to the viewers. So, like, because here in it sports, I want everyone to, be friends with everyone, and, help each other, try to get better. Like, for example, like Victoria can help me understanding about car setup, for example, and maybe I can help her if she wants to make a content, try to learn about content creation, streaming. I can help you with that because, yeah, it's really nice to have a support system in this
Hmm.
community, helping each other, and of course to connect each other. Now I have friends living in Texas, so if I go to Texas, I know where to go. I remember
Yes.
Victoria live really next to Kota.
Yes, you have to come during the GT event, GT
Oh
America.
yeah.
It's great atmosphere
Oh
during
yeah.
that time. It's amazing. Yes, we'll be, I
Nice.
think, camping out during at Coda during that
You gonna go
and
camping?
hosting. Yes, we're gonna host Vandals. Yes,
What?
at our RV. So,
I always wanted to
but
go camping. Like, I always wanted to go camping. Like, oh my god. I wanted to go camping in North America because,
mhm.
oh god, North America is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, I
I
really
haven't
love it.
gone yet, but it's a fun track to drive. It's just
It's a
I've
fun
not gone
track.
there personally. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fun track to drive, and it has like a little woods inside the
Hmm.
track, so you can like, wow, it's so nice. Like you can go hiking
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
scenery and just being near the cars as well.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
have my
And
mom on.
I live in Sonoma, so
Hmm.
I'll go to Sonoma supporting Final Racing Team on
Thank you.
Saturday, of course.
Yes, they're a
And if
great
I
team.
meet one of the crew, I will tell that, oh, I just had an interview with Victoria Mello. I will say that.
On in esports,
On
yeah.
INIT Esports. And yes, Victoria's mom, you are invited to join the Screen to Speed community night. We'll be doing a lot of silly combo to learn about the car, having fun. So yeah, oh my god, I would
Hmm.
love to have your mom or the whole family to
Have the whole
race.
family drive.
Yeah, the whole family. Why not? Because it's important to have family. Okay,
Exactly. We're all
it's
driving.
it's not my channel. It's
We'll have
in
a mellow
Mellow
livery
family,
team.
the
Yes.
Mellow team. Go Mellow team.
We'll have our own livery, our own team.
Oh my god. That's a great idea to have your own livery. The
We'll make our livery. I got you, Mom.
livery. Mel
My
livery.
livery.
Mel livery. How about that?
Uh, That'd be cool. You can come up with some designs.
Sophie is the designer.
Oh, Sophie, yes.
Oh, oh my God, can I say something here? Oh my God, can I? Oh, have you seen the livery that Sophie made? Really nice. Have
For
you?
the Dream Team?
Yeah, have you?
No, I have not. So it's out.
No,
I see.
I'm not gonna say anything, but
Okay,
I
okay,
hope
okay.
you will like it. But I love it.
Mhm.
I love it.
Not seen it yet.
I will be the slowest one on the track. I'll be with you, sir. I'll be the
He's
slowest
pretty
one on the
slow.
track.
He
He's pretty slow.
not saying anything. Okay.
Dream Team livery will be out
Um,
soon. I like it. I like it.
Okay.
I cannot wait to make a content for it.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see for sure.
Hey, how about guys? Do you guys? You can say else. At this point, I don't know which. Like, I've been like busy with my works, everything. Like with a lot of brands, a lot of upcoming events. To the point that I don't know. Like, I can't tell which one is secret, which one is not. So I was like asking. You know what?
I guess
Since
so.
none of you seen the livery yet, do you guys wanna? Maybe when we are having a meeting for the dream team, we can have a quick video call. And I want to make a first livery impression. Like when Sophie sending you the picture of the livery, I want to see your expression. Like, like those F1 driver,
It's
like
pink.
those F1 driver with the livery reveal.
Yes, for sure.
Maybe
Would
we
be
can
very
make
cool.
that. I will join
Yeah.
the meeting. I will join the meeting. If that's happening in the morning, because I'm going to Sonoma. Like, we'll see. We'll make it happen. Oh, by
Alright.
the way, Victoria, before we end the INIT Talks, thank you so much. Been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course.
I love it.
And I will make a lot of clip from this stream, like making a like an interview podcast style kind of thing for social media, and I will tag you.
Okay.
And before we end the stream today, do you have any words for the girls out there who wants to get into motorsport, who wants to get into sim racing? If you have any, feel free to share.
I would say network as much as you can. Do meet as many people as you can. Have a passion for something like this. And it takes time, but being able to talk to people is one of the most important things in really increasing your opportunities and being able to have more chances to go out there in real life and join some of these races like Screen to Speed. But keep pushing, keep racing, keep practicing, and doing as much as you can. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Keep pushing. Thank you very much, by the way, for this
Thank you.
interview,
I
for having
appreciate
a
it.
talk with you. And I'm really looking forward to see you in the VCO Infinity. And yeah, I'm so happy to call you a part of Screen to Speed family, Sim for STEM family. I'm so happy to have you here. And we will do a lot of fun things together. Don't worry. And
I hope so.
I will
hope
add you
so.
on iRacing after this. I think
Yes, please.
I haven't
Yes.
added you on iRacing. So.
No,
Yep.
I have Cleo added, but that not anyone else. I don't think.
Oh, I need to add the girls. Yeah, I need to add the girls. I don't have friends in
It's okay.
I haven't been playing iRacing for a long time.
Yeah.
Because my setup is not ready, so yeah. I will
The
do it
rain is
after
a lot.
this. Yeah.
Okay. So,
All right.
but thank you so much.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Maybe we will have you on the next INIT Talks. Like maybe we will talk about something else other than this. Something more interesting, something new, maybe.
Yes. I'd be
Yeah.
excited.
Yep. So, by the way, guys, and yeah, good luck in the VCO. And
Thank you, Sophie.
thank you so much, Sophie, and everyone. Thank you so much for hanging today. Thank you so much for sharing a lot of support to us in this second episode of INIT Talks. You guys are amazing. It's very nice to meet all of you, Sylvia, and your dad. Also, of course, we should race together. I should race your parents. I should race your parents. It's a motivation.
They love it. They love it.
So I will see you. Hope to see you in Texas, maybe. Like,
Mhm.
yeah. And take care, by the way, Victoria. Take care,
Thank you
chat.
so
Take care,
much.
everyone. And I will see you on the episode 3 of INIT Talks. Don't forget to follow us on social media at INIT Esports and Screen to Speed to keep updated with the latest info about our competition, about the INIT Talks, and everything. Have a
Mhm.
great evening. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, thank you. Bye bye, bye bye. And yeah, take care, everyone. Bye bye. See
Thank
you
you.
on the
Bye.
next episode. Thank you so much, Victoria. Bye bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
INIT Esports focuses on sim racing events and digital tournaments. They bring esports content to fans and sponsorship opportunities to brands while maximizing audience reach across multiple sports, industries, and platforms. INIT Esports is a woman led company where diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility is in their DNA. And their platform aims to combat bullying and cheating to help make the esports world as safe and fair as possible. To learn more, be sure to log on to www.initesports.gg or follow them on social media at Init Esports. Join their Discord, check out their YouTube channel, or follow their live content via Twitch.
This episode has been brought to you by Grand Touring Motorsports as part of our Motoring Podcast Network. For more episodes like this, tune in each week for more exciting and educational content from organizations like the Exotic Car Marketplace, the Motoring Historian, Break Fix, and many others. If you'd like to support Grand Touring Motorsports and the Motoring Podcast Network, sign up for one of our many sponsorship tiers at www.patreon.com/GT Motorsports. Please note that the content, opinions, and materials presented and expressed in this episode are those of its creator, and this episode has been published with their consent. If you have any inquiries about this program, please contact the creators of this episode via email or social media as mentioned in the episode.